Okay, hello guys. Welcome to the very first FlutterFlow laboratory for Nocode Africa Cohort 4. And I don't know if at all you're here, please just let me know that you're here. Kindly drop comments if at all you're here, so that I can actually know the number of people that are here in the laboratory. Let me try to see how I can send a reminder to different persons who are in our community. Okay, so all right, so I'm waiting for everyone else to join, right? Just give me like a second. My microphone was muted. All right, sorry about the break in transmission, right? Good to have everyone here. And it's going to be like a very short laboratory, right? So the idea is just for, anyone who is part of the current cohort, which is a cohort 4 for Nocode Africa, to make inquiries and ask questions where a certain thing is not really clear. Yeah, so this is an opportunity to actually ask questions and let me know how it is. Yeah. So I will be waiting. Can you guys hear me? Like, am I audible enough? I can see a couple of persons here. Can you guys hear me? All right. Okay. So I can be heard. Okay, great. Okay. So do you have questions? Do you have questions that you would like me to respond to with regards to what you've learned so far in your software development journey, no code development journey, how to build mobile and web applications without writing code? So if you have any particular concerns and you would like me to respond to them, you could just like let me know. Yeah. So someone is asking me where I am. So Jake Han, I don't really understand your question, right? So guys, I'm using like so I don't understand your question. Sammy, thank you very much for letting me understand that I can be heard clearly. Yeah, so I'm actually switching in between screens. Location. Okay. This is asking me where I am. Wow. Okay. location. I'm currently in Russia. Yeah, so I'm a student. I study in Russia. I hope that's okay. Jake? Uh, Lillian, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your response, your feedback, actually. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I try as much as possible to see how I can teach like with really simple terms. Yeah. And I'm giving all glory to God. Yes. So I give all glory to God for the ability to teach in very simple terms, right? Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. So we're waiting to see how we can get more people to join the laboratory and ask questions. And then also, if at all you're here and you have questions, I would like you to like drop the questions so that we can start talking about it. Yeah. Um, okay. I'm actually switching in between screens. Sorry, I'm actually not distracted at all. I'm just switching in between screens. Um, okay, so I have one question from. So Lillian is saying, FlutterFlow is usually slow in loading. That's the issue. Okay. So I think the speed with which FlutterFlow works is directly proportional to the speed of your machine, right? That's your laptop. Yeah. So if at all you have like a laptop that is really good and powerful, then you're going to have like a screen that is working. Like you're going to have experience like a really fast, you know, fast FlutterFlow, right? So if at all you have a laptop that it's just 4 gig RAM, it's okay. But you want it to be more faster, you might need to upgrade it to maybe 8 gig RAM. Yeah, so something like that. And then also check your internet connection, right? So another thing I would like to say is check your internet connection. It's one of the things that might actually make your FlutterFlow to slow down and not load as fast as it should. I hope this question helps you, Lillian. Sorry, I hope this answer helps you. Mixing things up there. Yeah, so I hope the answer that I just gave helped you. Is it possible to learn how to use custom action and widget as a beginner? Yes, it's possible, but I would prefer that you just follow their steps by step, right? And just keep learning things like learn crude, learn the different ways to manipulate each of the widgets for front-end development before you start thinking about how to build your own widget in FlutterFlow. But if at all you want to go that fast, you can always check out. You can always like get some ideas from ChatGPT, right? So you can always make all those inquiries with ChatGPT and see how you can do something tangible out of it. Yeah, get the codes. ChatGPT can actually generate the codes for you. And if you don't want to do that, you can equally use the code gen in FlutterFlow. Yeah. Okay. I hope this answer also helps you, Amma. Okay, Mr. Moore, it's good to have you here. So, yeah, I'm very sure that if at all you pay a lot of attention and you do a lot of work, right? So you will be able to like learn so much from, so much from this particular cohort. Yeah, it's not just about the things that I teach you, it's about your hunger. It's about how hungry are you and what do you want to get out of this particular training, right? So that is, I am currently being presented with an opportunity to learn, right? You need to give yourself some sort of goal and target. I want to be able to make a certain amount of money every single month from this skill. I want to be one of the best guys that do this in so region, right? So give yourself a goal and then run with it. No matter how things get really bad and how things get hard along the way, you're just running with the mission, running with the goal, right? So I wish you all the best. Okay. All right, so if we have ideas of projects we'd like to work on and it's not covered in the tutorials, can we reach freely? Can we freely reach out to you? Okay. All right, so the reason why I just chuckled, right? Well, chuckled and laughed, right? Is what you said, like freely. I know you almost made it in bold, freely. Well, yes, you can reach out to me if at all there's something you like to execute in a project that is not covered in the tutorial that I put out. Yes, you can. Yeah, but if it's going to take a lot of time, I will have to switch from it being free to be paid. Yes, but if it's something that I could easily like follow you on, like show you how to do it immediately, sure, why not? Yes, yes. Okay. Lillian, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm gonna drop for this particular question. I'm gonna drop a link, https bit.ly/Nocode Africa 4. Okay, so I just dropped the link in the chat, in the comment section, right? So a good father, yes. Well, I'm calling you that because of the name on your YouTube account, right? A good father. So how can I join this cohort? I have dropped a link you can use in joining the cohort, right? See you in the group. How are you using ChatGPT for FlutterFlow? If it helps, or are you not using it all? Okay, so Jake, I use FlutterFlow. Sorry, I use a ChatGPT a lot. Yeah, it's AI, and you can ask it questions just like you would ask me questions. Hello, ChatGPT. I want to do this in my project. This is what I'm doing. I'm building it inside FlutterFlow, and I want to do a custom action. Can you guide me through it? What should I do? That's it. So ChatGPT will give an idea of how to do it. But the thing is, it's going to be hard for you to know how to use the responses from ChatGPT if at all you're a real beginner. So if you're just a beginner, just go ahead and just keep learning first. Know how to do a couple of things within FlutterFlow before you go ahead and want to start using ChatGPT for complex things. Okay, that's like what I would say. That's what I'm saying. I hope this response helps you. Is it possible to host a website built with FlutterFlow on personal hosting server? Yes, it is. Okay, so the question is correct, of course, and the answer is simple. Yes. The thing is, FlutterFlow allows you to download your codes and you can host it somewhere else. Well, that has to be on a pro plan. Yeah. So if I told you at some point you no longer want to host your application on FlutterFlow, you have the opportunity to download your codes and take it somewhere else. Yeah. So you can download your codes. Your codes are going to be in Flutter Framework and Google Dart programming language. So, and then you can take it to, you can, open it up in your VS Code and then host it anywhere else that you want to host it. Yes. So totally correct. Okay. Yeah, welcome Urban Nerd Z. Okay, so does FlutterFlow allow for building scalable products? Yes, FlutterFlow allows for building scalable products. Yes, you can build just anything on FlutterFlow. It's just that there's some functionalities that are not already available on FlutterFlow as a widget. All right, so you will need to come up with custom functions, custom widgets, custom actions just to get certain things done depending on the complexity of the scalable product that you want to build. Yeah, so yes, you can build on FlutterFlow and scale your stuff all the way up. Yeah, but you need to, there's some things that there's some functionalities, or should I say widgets, that are not yet available in FlutterFlow. But of course, FlutterFlow is really, upgrading with speed. And so in the shortest possible time, you'll be able to get almost anything done inside FlutterFlow. Right now, you can get almost anything done inside FlutterFlow, but you might just need to add some snippets of code here and there, which you can get from ChatGPT. Make sense? Okay, I hope this response helps you too. Are there limitations or constraints when using FlutterFlow for app development? Okay, so FlutterFlow is built on the Flutter framework and the Google Dart programming language. So the limitation here, I haven't really been able to see any limitation. Yeah, for my experience with FlutterFlow so far, I haven't seen any limitations. Yeah, it's just that, just like I said the other time, there are some things that you might want to implement in your project, and FlutterFlow doesn't have the widgets yet, but they have made provisions for you to create custom widgets. They've made provisions for you to create custom actions and custom functions, right? So technically, there are no limitations. Yeah. I hope this helps you too. You're welcome. Okay, so Urban Z, how can I reach you for development service? I have client that needs apps or writes all of the requirements and scope. Okay, so if you check the about information on this channel, you see like a link to my LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. Like that's like my area of influence, like a huge influence. Yeah, so I would just drop the link again here for you. HTTPS. Okay. So this is the link to my. You can actually get to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah, like I'm super very active on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's like the #1 place that you can always find me anytime. Yeah, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you send me an email. Right, my email is found in the about information of the YouTube channel, the EOSpace YouTube channel. Yeah, so you can always reach out to me. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, and I'm like super ready to work on your projects. Okay. And then, okay, so Sammy has a question here. My question is around Crude. Beautiful. I've taken time to understand the Crude framework, and I want to share what I've learned and how it applies to working on an actual project. Okay, so Sammy, how do you intend to share? Do you want me to add you in the studio? Do you want to join the studio and share your screen? And that's totally fine, really. If you want to join the studio and join with me like this, and you want to show us something really amazing that you've learned, sure, no problems. Just let me know if it's a yes, and then I'll drop a link for you to join the studio, put you up in the live stream, and then you can share what you have with us. Okay, so Jake said, me, I can't handle design. How do you make app design better? By design, what do you mean? Do you mean like making a design for your application in Figma, or developing it inside FlutterFlow? Are you talking about front-end development inside FlutterFlow, or you're talking about something else entirely here? Okay. Okay, yeah, Urban Nerd Z. Yeah, so in your experience, as FlutterFlow web apps have good performance like React and Angular web apps? Yes, in my experience, yes, it does. It does. The only thing here is that most of those animations, right, that React and Angular would give you, all right, it's not already found inside FlutterFlow. Like it's not already existing inside FlutterFlow. So if you want to get those kind of beautiful reactions and animations, right, you will have to write custom functions for those things, right? That's like the only thing, right? So, but if it comes to performance, right, speed and anything else, right? So you get it like with FlutterFlow. But when it comes to the animation, all this beautiful thing that comes with React, you will have to like write custom functions for it, custom widgets for it, custom functions, and custom actions. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what do you do for better app? What do you do for better design app better? Okay, so I think what you mean is how can I get to, like, what do I do to get better design? I use free, like, even well, for teaching purposes, right? For education purposes, I just go to Figma community and I get a sample of a design, and then I use that to build. All right. So, and then also myself, I'm also like a UI UX designer, right? I also even have pro UI UX designers in my team who I work with when it comes to, like, let's say personal projects or client projects. Okay. So that's like it. So you can actually go ahead and you know get designs from Figma, free designs. Of course, always give credit to the authors. Okay, any recommendation for tutorial on how to build complex database collections with sub-collections and dependencies using Firebase and FlutterFlow? All right, so there might be some challenge doing this with Firebase, right? Complex database structures, it might be a bit complicated doing it with Firebase. So I'm currently working on a tutorial for Supabase. Yeah, so Supabase is one of the best alternative to Firebase, and it allows for like complex customizations. All the sub collections and all of this stuff like is easy to do within Supabase. So I will be putting out that tutorial soon. Yeah, and then I think it will help you. Yeah. So yes, you can do FlutterFlow Supabase complex database structures. About nerds. Okay, thank you. Runners, I have reviewed some of the submissions. I haven't reviewed everything yet, so I will go ahead and then complete the revisions. Like, I will finish reviewing the entire thing. Then after that, I will give everyone that submitted a feedback. Thank you very much for pointing me to that again. And Sammy, yes, you can just type. Okay, I think you've typed. I'll see it. Or someone is asking me, how did you learn FlutterFlow? Okay, so how did I learn FlutterFlow? I think the question should be, how are you learning FlutterFlow? Yeah, because I'm still learning FlutterFlow, right? And to be very sincere, right, I learned FlutterFlow from reading the documentations that FlutterFlow provides, using the blog on FlutterFlow, and also checking out other tutorials on YouTube. Yes, that's how I learned. And then the thing is, what I did was I made sure that as I was learning, right, as I was learning, I was teaching too. So that was how I did it. So when I learned something, I teach it. And yeah, so basically when I started teaching FlutterFlow, I was just beginning to learn that time too. Like, there's some comments on YouTube that I got then, like, you don't know what you're doing, come on, I was just learning then. So what I did was I was learning and I was teaching. I was learning because the best way to actually learn is, or to get to master something, is to teach it, right? So while I was learning, I was also teaching. And so at some point, there were certain times that I had to mix up things. Like, for instance, when I started in my first tutorials, you will see that I was creating a collection, right, in Firebase, and I'll have to create a collection in Firebase and create even the schema in Firebase, and then I'll now come back to FlutterFlow and still create a collection and the same thing, right? So because I was also learning then, yeah. So the idea was I was learning and then I was teaching. Yeah, I was just doing the two things simultaneously, and there's nothing wrong with that, really. So because if you're learning, right, and then in my mind when I was learning to teach. So while I'm learning, I'm going to be like teaching too. Like, how do I put it? While I'm trying to build something, I'm like trying to teach it to myself. I will be saying it out loud. And because I wanted to understand it to the point that I can teach someone else. Yeah, that was like the idea. So yeah, that's how I learned FlutterFlow, and that's how I'm learning FlutterFlow. So when I learn new things, I come here and tell you guys, hello guys, I have built something new, right? Yeah, that's that's how I do it, right? I get to learn, then I teach. And then the thing just gets into my head and it works, it stays there, and I become better. Yeah, so you can try that too. So try to teach other people, try to, try to see how you can get really good at it. Yeah, by teaching other people. It's beautiful. Okay, so what else? Let me see all the questions that we have. Mm. Okay. You're welcome. Jake, you're welcome too. Um, okay, so Sammy has something to share with us. So to start with, CRUD is an acronym for create, read, update, and delete. And as a framework, every developer, whether no code or traditional developer, should understand how it works. Great. Thank you very much for sharing this with us, Sammy. It's true. This is like the very first thing that you get to learn, even when you're trying to learn traditional programming. Let's say you're trying to learn Python, you're trying to learn Java, any other programming language. Even when you're trying to learn like the Flutter itself with Google Dot programming language, you have to learn CRUD first. Yeah, how to do this, because this is like the bedrock of everything. Yeah, thank you very much, Sammy, for sharing. Okay, so we don't have any other questions or comments, and we're approaching a 30 minutes mark. So there's a huge possibility that we might end the session at 30. The laboratory was just supposed to be very short, but if we have more questions that's going to take more time, sure, no problems. We can look at it, but in 2 minutes. Uh, okay, so explaining it in detail. Lillian is saying explain it in detail, the CRUD. All right, so explaining CRUD would require me making a demonstration, and I have like tons of videos on YouTube. Not tons of videos, sorry, I just exaggerated, but I have like a couple of videos that talks about CRUD, and I can share one with you right now. Let me just quickly locate it. Okay, so we had a particular session where we talked about CRUD. I think it was in the introductory class for cohort 4. And so I would just drop it now. So it's like very, very self-explanatory. Yeah, so you can check this. This is for Lillian. You can check this for better understanding of the concept of CRUD. While we're still watching what Sami is sharing with us, Sami is still sharing, and so we will just keep checking it out. So Sami is saying parade means adding or imputing something inside the database of your application. In a real world scenario, Facebook, for instance, I realize whenever someone makes a post, it creates scenario. Beautiful. That's the idea. So yeah, so like in Facebook, just like what Sami is trying to explain right now, when you get on Facebook and then you see something like uh, what's on your mind, right? So a text field, what's on your mind, and then you now start typing something, and then you click on the post button. You're creating. It's a create action, and it's like the very first thing in the CRUD. Okay. So let me just keep sharing the things. What is happening? Okay. I'm having some technical problems here. My second screen is down. Okay, so just to read out what Sam is writing, fortunately I can like share it. Oh, I can share it right now. Okay, so a create scenario has occurred in the sense that the person just put something like a document inside Facebook's database. Yeah, so yes, Sammy, that's totally true. So Ishmael or Ishmael, right? Yeah, I hope I didn't murder your name. Okay. So I've seen your question. I wish I could just present it, but something is happening right now. Like the other gadget that I'm using, it's is behaving funny. Yeah. So the question is like how much can one charge to build a complete app for clients? Well, it totally depends on your client's what is it called? Your client's budget and the trade-off that you're willing to handle, right? So your client's budget and the trade-off you're willing to handle. So you can charge something, like you can always ask your clients what their budget is, and then make sure that you're excited to work on the project irrespective of how much money the client is paying. Yeah, so the idea of no code is that you're supposed to spend less time building the project and the complexity is also reduced. Therefore, you should not be charging so high compared to traditional developers, because what will now be the difference? They should just go and hire someone who writes codes, right? Yeah. So, but now since you're offering at a shorter time and well, at you're not really like it's not super as complex as coding, right? So because coding, the number one thing about coding that makes it very difficult is debugging. Yeah, when you have a lot of errors and then you get to take a lot of time to fix the errors, but now FlutterFlow even helps you not to even run into these errors. Yeah, so you can just try to ask your client what their budget is and then give them a range, right? So you can give them a range between, let's say, e-commerce platform, so maybe between $1,000 to 4,000. Well, depends on your client's budget, and then sometimes you can even push it higher depending on the client's budget, and then the functionality of within the application, like the functionality, complexity, and all of that. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've had like some good time so far, talking about the things here. I don't know. I'm still having some issues with this, and I'm not liking it at all. But I think I just hope I can fix this immediately, so I can, because Sam is still sharing, and I need to like put these things on the screen. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, so I'm actually having like I joined the StreamYard with another device, and then the main device, which is like the parent of this StreamYard studio, right, is having some technical problems, and so I find it really difficult to navigate like sharing the things that have been shared. So for Read, right, uh, Sammy has posted that Read is about taking something from the database. And also with the Facebook example, a read scenario occurs when the post appears on the user's feed. What has happened is that post maybe an image has been queried from the backend. Exactly. Sammy, you're totally correct. And I hope that other people are also learning from this as well. So I don't know. I'm sorry I can't share it on the screen because I'm having some issues here. Backend issues. Yeah. Okay. So I think we've made some reasonable progress here by responding to a couple of questions. And if you have more questions, you could just like drop it while I'm trying to see how I can troubleshoot this issue that I have with the parent device that I'm using. So I'm currently like using a child, like the laptop I'm currently using is like the child to the other one. And if that one is not working, I can't have access to even do anything on this other side. Yeah. By parent and child, I'm using the terminologies we use on FlutterFlow, parent and child, right? Okay, so I think it's back up. I hope it stays like that. Okay, so someone is asking a question like Victor Williams is asking a question: how can I implement Paystack payment gateway to my FlutterFlow? Right. So you're going to have to sign up on Paystack first, and then you're going to get some details from Paystack, like the URL. You're going to be using APIs. Like, I don't know, if at all you've experimented with APIs, that's what you're going to be using to integrate Paystack payment to your FlutterFlow. So you're going to have to reach out to like get the API keys, right? And then from there you can set up every single thing inside FlutterFlow. It's complex. It's not something I can just answer within the with this laboratory. It's complex. I intend to create a tutorial on that as soon as possible. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have more questions? While I try to get this up and running. If you have more questions, I'm like super available to answer them while I'm trying to see how I can fix this issue from my end. So, but I would just be reading it. Okay, so Sammy, you stopped at R. That's a read. I think we have update and delete. Are you going to give us that? Okay. Restore. Okay, so Sammy gave us some extra stops again. I really wish I could just share everything Sammy is sharing. But I hope you guys can see it in the comment section too. Like Sammy is dropping some really useful information in the comment section. So the continuation of what he said before on this part is it has been queried from Facebook's database, and update is simply making edits to your file in the database, which on Facebook, this by simply clicking on the edit button and making changes. Yeah, true, very true. Or okay, I'm trying to get all right. Okay. So, is there a no code roadmap for no code that you can share? A no code roadmap or a no code roadmap? No code roadmap. Okay. So I don't really understand what you mean by no code roadmap. Can you like explain? Are you talking about learning roadmap? And then, Victor, you're asking about what about a referral system on FlutterFlow? Yeah, possible you can build referral system. There are some tutorials, some articles like a blog post on FlutterFlow that you can read up and learn how to build a referral system with FlutterFlow. Yes. So you can check out FlutterFlow's blog, and then you find like a tutorial on how to build a referral system. I hope my responses are helping. Yes, Swiss FX Academy. Yes, you can actually use you can actually get to use Flutterwave or Paystack. Yeah, you can use Flutterwave or Paystack as payment gateway. We've already talked about Paystack side. Yes. Okay, so I think let me paste this. I have been able to get access back to the parent. Yeah, so this was what Sammy talked about the other time. And then he also shared, let me see. Okay, let me just share some of the things that Sammy actually shared, queried, and then this part. These were some of the things I was reading out that time. Okay. Okay. So Sammy, thank you very much for sharing all the things that you've shared. And then this is the last part from Sammy. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's about it. And then we have so there's a question here from a good father. There is there no code roadmap? I didn't really understand it. Okay, you said a roadmap for learning fundamentals. Okay, so there is really no particular roadmap, but I'm gonna make this available too. Actually, I have thought about the need for these, like a place where you can see like things to learn as a beginner, then intermediate, and then later on as an expert. I even built an application I called Nala, but I haven't really like been using it actively. But I think I'll just set it up and see how I can get people to start using it. So Nala is supposed to be an application that just helps help people to learn how to build mobile and web application without writing codes. So I think I could just quickly like let me stop sharing and let me try to share. Let me share my screen. Let me move this to a new window. Yes, I'm gonna share my screen briefly. Okay, so wait. Okay, let me share my screen briefly. So where is it? Share screen, share screen. I will share my entire screen. Okay. I don't know. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Please, if you can see my screen, let me know because I don't know. It's not showing that it's not showing like I'm seeing my screen. Okay, so I've had a lot of technical problems today. Too much technical problems. Still seeing me. Stop sharing then. Okay, I get it. I'm supposed to be accepted by the parent. And the parent is giving me issues. Okay, just a moment, guys. Something went wrong. Is something happening to the other gadget I'm using? Okay, so I want to share like an application that I built that will provide this roadmap. I will just try to, I just need to update it, like update the database with what is already available on YouTube, like just so that you can have like a path, like you just know that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I think that's just what I need to do. And I'll try and make that available. It's called Nala, Nocode Africa Learning Application, right? Yeah, so I'll try to make sure that I update it and then get it working out properly. Yeah, so let me try to share my screen again now that I have this, and then let's see if I can get permission from the parent. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so I can add to screen. I'm trying to see how I can add these two. Okay, so great. So I believe you can see my screen now, guys. So let me show you. It's called Nocode Africa. Nocode Africa. Nocode Africa Nala. Yeah. .FlutterFlow app here. So Nocode Africa, the FlutterFlow app. Nala, beautiful. Okay, so the desktop version is not available for this app. Please switch to our mobile app or Download the app from Play Store. Okay, yeah, so that's it. It's not fully available for the web. It's only available for mobile devices. And so let me quickly check out something so I can make it available on. I've forgotten how to do this. Okay, so how did I do it the other time? There's something I need to do. Okay, so hold on, guys. Be patient with me. Really, I'm having some challenges today. Right, this is the very first FlutterFlow lab that I've had lots of difficulties or technical issues. Yeah, so just be patient with me, and thank you very much for being patient with me. All right, I'm trying to get some information now, and thank you for your patience. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, I'm not getting what I need. Okay, so let me see. Developer tools. Okay, all right. Okay, so I believe you guys can see my screen, right? So this is the way I designed it. It's not supposed to work on the desktop view, right? And I forgot the shortcut for getting access to developer mode on Mac, and that's what I was trying to get. So here you can let me try to use this kind of view. Yeah. So this is just me trying to run the application on the web, right? Yeah, because it's not available on the web per se. Like it's supposed to just be a mobile app. So I will just show you how it is. And okay, yeah, this is how the application looks like, right? So you're supposed to use it to learn Adalo, FlutterFlow, right? So Bubble. I don't have courses on Bubble, no framework courses yet. And you can see activities, notifications, your profile. You can change your picture. All right. So I just built it. Actually, you can check the exercises you have, your achievement. Yeah. So this is going to be something that I will update very soon. I think then I'll update because I've not updated the courses here. So this is supposed to just show like all the courses for beginner level, like everything, so that you can click here and then just get to see the video and then you can watch, right? So yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, so this is the applications I was talking about. Yeah, and so I will try to see how I can update it with lots of content. I haven't put up a lot of contents here, so I'll just update it so you can have access to the application. Yeah, so this is to answer the roadmap question, right? So let's say stop sharing and let's come back here. I hope I have been able to like answer that question. I will try to update this so that everyone can have access to it, right? So yes, that's it. Thank you very much, Lillian. Yeah, thank you very much. Uh, okay, so I think it's not been very rosy for the laboratory session because of the glitch I've been having, right? So I think we're going to have to bring the laboratory session to a close. Yeah, so you can always like reach out to me directly on LinkedIn or WhatsApp and just ask me all of these questions, right? Some of these questions. We'll have another laboratory next week. Yeah, so just one laboratory per week. But you can always send me like a direct message on LinkedIn. Yeah, and then I will respond to you. Okay, I hope you guys have been able to learn something really tangible tonight, and we'll get to see in our next course. All right, bye guys. Cheers.